Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name's Lindsay, and this is the Lindsay Lens. I decided to call this channel the Lindsay Lens because you're seeing my life through the lens of my camera, and I thought it was clever. So today I'm going to be doing a Q&A. If you're watching this, you probably know me already, but just in case you don't, I went on Instagram and did the little question box thing. So hopefully you'll learn something new. And also, sorry if you can hear the rain outside. It just started raining because this is Florida. So I'm just going to start from the very beginning. So they're not going to be in any sort of order. The first question came from Janie Schlee, who I didn't even know followed me. So if you're watching this, hi Janie. I'm really excited about that. Janie is one of my favorite Disney YouTubers. Didn't know she followed me on Instagram, so this is pretty cool. She asked me, how do you like your coffee/tea? This is actually a really great question because I used to work at Starbucks. You get free drinks the entire time you're at work, and then when you're not at work, you get 30% off. So I was not a coffee person at all before I started work there. And then I just kind of learned to like different things because my work friends would make me drinks, or I would just kind of throw stuff together and see what it tasted like. My go-to orders are an iced coffee with vanilla and almond milk. I love a regular, just brewed hot coffee. Honestly, I'll drink anything. I don't care if it's like cheap hotel coffee that was probably brewed 3 days ago, or if it's like the fanciest coffee from the smallest small town coffee shop. I love it all. If it's caffeinated, I love it. Heather asked me, where would you like to be in 10 years? What job would you like to be doing? So 10 years from now, I'll be 33. I would love to have a family at that point. Ideally, I would love to be in corporate social responsibility. So that is the department that takes Disney's money that they allocate for giving, and they basically decide how to spread it out and how to give. So that would be like working with Make-A-Wish or volunteering efforts through the company, donations, schools, things like that. That's where I want to be long-term in my career. So I would love to be at that point in 10 years, but I don't really know. Lauren asked me, what is something most people assume about you that isn't true? Which is a really great question. I think because I work at Disney, a lot of people assume that I play a Disney princess. That's not true at all. I think actually that would be a terrifying job for me, to interact with new people every, not even 5 minutes, probably every 2 minutes. That's a pretty typical assumption when anybody says that they work at Disney or work for Disney. A lot of people just think you're a princess or a character, but that's not true. My friend Jillian asked, how have your goals changed since starting with Disney? I graduated from college at Virginia Tech last May, so a year ago, which is insane. And then in August, I moved to Florida and started my job with Disney. I work in Liberty Square at the Magic Kingdom in merchandise. So I work in Yield Christmas Shop and Memento Mori, which is the gift shop for the Haunted Mansion. I also have been cross-trained in Frontierland shops. And then I just recently learned personalization for ornaments. So I do the hand painting on the ornaments now. So when I had my phone interview to work for Disney, the job I really wanted was attractions. And when I applied to my job with Disney, I actually applied to the Starbucks position. There's a Starbucks in every Disney park. And basically I applied to that job because I knew it would get me an interview, because I'd worked for Starbucks for 2 years, so I was pretty qualified for it. But on the phone, I specifically asked for a job in attractions, and there weren't any. So merchandise was the next best thing. so that's how I ended up in Liberty Square. When I started with Disney, I thought it would be a lot easier to get the job that I wanted, which was really silly to think, but it's true that it would be a couple of months and I'd have an interview for my dream job and that would be it, and I'd be in the corporate social responsibility department. Not true. So my overarching goal has pretty much stayed the same, that I eventually want to do corporate citizenship. But the steps to get there have changed for me. So right now, I'm trying to acquire all of the skills that I possibly can in this role that I have. So there's a lot of special skills that come with merchandise, like taking personalized orders, doing leather bracelet engraving, personalizing ornaments, food safety, selling photos, cash apron, those kind of skills, which I was lucky to be placed in an area where I can learn all of those. I would love to also get into maybe changing roles into guest relations or VIP tours. I was a tour guide at my school and it was my favorite thing about my college experience, so I would love to do that at Disney as well. So yeah, I think my goals have changed in that I don't really know what my goals are, if that makes sense. Kind of figuring things out as I go along, and deciding from there what I want to do. Andrew asked me the best/worst parts of working where you do, and if you could pick any ride/store to work at. So I think the best part about where I work is that generally I'm in a location that people are really excited about. So the Haunted Mansion, for example, has a big fan following. So it's really nice to get to talk to those people because they're just really excited about the merchandise. With Christmas ornaments, people are excited that you can paint on them and do whatever they want it to say. And that they have something special to remember their trip by. The worst part is the same thing. Sometimes super fans can get really aggressive about whether you have their size on a t-shirt or not. Sometimes guests get really upset when your personalization schedule is full for the day and they can't get their ornament personalized. Which that's all stuff that comes with the job. I really do love certain guest interactions. There's a lot of opportunity to really interact with guests, which can be terrifying for me as an introvert. But also it can be really, really rewarding when you get those special moments with guests. And I also really love the people I work with. Even though a lot of them were CPs who left already, and I love them and miss them dearly, but yeah, the people are probably the best part for me. Laura asked, what do you miss most about Virginia and what do you love most about Florida? I think I miss the familiarity of everything in Virginia. I lived in the same place my whole life. Where I went to college was less than an hour from my house. So everything felt really familiar and a lot like home. So that's hard, moving to a new place and trying to figure things out. Disney World itself, like the parks, have that familiarity for me because I grew up going there. But the surrounding areas, like where I actually live, does not have that. So it's been really interesting over the last 9 months trying to figure all of that out. And what do I love most about Florida? I love that it doesn't really get cold. And cold here is like, I think the lowest it got was 45 degrees. And I loved it. I really don't like being cold. I would much rather sweat than be cold. So Florida is the perfect place for that. My other friend Laura asked me what my favorite thing about the Jonas Brothers is. Laura is asking the real important question here. My favorite thing about the Jonas Brothers is that it was something that we all experienced, and I think maybe we didn't realize we all loved it as much as we did. The Jonas Brothers were really like a middle school thing, I think, for me. And middle school's that time where you're afraid that everything you do is uncool. So for me, that meant that I didn't talk about really anything that interested me. I didn't talk about Disney. I didn't talk about music I liked listening to, which, let's face it, was all Disney Channel music. I was so afraid of being made fun of that I didn't talk about any of that. So it's really funny to me to see that everyone around me, everyone I grew up with, everyone I met in college, everyone I know now, like, everyone loves the Jonas Brothers. It's very rare to find somebody who doesn't like them and who didn't listen to them in middle school. So I think it's really neat to see that, like, we all had similar experiences with that, and that we weren't as weird as we thought we were, or as we were afraid of being. Momina said, I always loved your outfits and still do, so how about where do you shop? Let me tell you, I love using coupons and shopping sales. So most of the time I get everything from American Eagle and Target, with a little like Old Navy thrown in there, Forever 21, H&M, places like that. But I will shop anywhere where I can get a good deal. I'll give you an example. Urban Outfitters is definitely not a cheap place to shop, but I like signed up for their rewards program thing, and when you fill up the little meter on the app, they send you a $5 coupon, so $5 off a $5 purchase, and you can fill up that meter on the app literally just by opening the app. It's fantastic, little to no effort. So there was a hair scrunchie. Actually, I'll go get it. Okay, so this little hair scrunchie that I got, it's like the little ribbon and the scrunchy part, it's an orange stripe. I'd seen online and I was like, that's really cute. It was like $12. I ended up earning one of those $5 coupons, and the scrunchie then went on clearance for half off, so it was $6. And then they were doing a like weekend thing where you get free shipping after the sale. After the free shipping and after my coupon, I literally paid $1 for this. $1, and it's from Urban Outfitters. And I love doing things like that. It makes me really happy. Amanda said, tell me about Suite 340. Okay. So Suite 340 was where I lived my freshman year of college. Amanda lived there also, along with a couple other girls. I'm an only child, so that was my first time really living with people. And the girl that I shared my room with, Carly, she was also an only child. So we did a lot of growth in our relationship. There was one point where we just didn't get along at all. Not one point. It was a long time that we didn't get along at all, and then by the end of the year we didn't want to leave. I was going through a lot of things in my personal life, as you do your freshman year of college. I really was blessed to have the girls in 340 be there and be supportive of me, and I really love them and I really miss them. Amanda's in Africa right now teaching English because she's amazing. And if you're watching this, Amanda, I love you. You're doing great. My last question comes from Carly, my freshman year roommate, and all she said was, in all caps, ambitions, please. So I've already talked about my job quite a bit, so I'm going to talk about other ambitions I have. I started doing videos, making little edited videos with music and stuff like that in middle school for my church. and it was something I did all the time and I loved it. I kind of rediscovered that since being here. Now that I've graduated and I don't have like homework to do, I have a lot of free time. I know that I live in a very cool place that for most people in the world is somewhere, if they get to see it at all, they'll only see it once or a couple of times in their life. And I'm very fortunate to live here and work here and to do what I do. So I really want to share that with you guys and with whoever wants to watch, because it is really a unique situation. Creative things like painting, writing, reading, photography. My biggest ambition right now is to keep working hard to get the job that I want, or to keep growing in my current job, but also working really hard and pushing myself to do these creative things that I've kind of been holding back on for a while. So here comes the cringy part, but I'm gonna do it, so bear with me. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment, tell me what you liked, what I can improve on, what kind of videos you want to see. Subscribe. If you have a Google account, you automatically have a YouTube account. So just hitting that subscribe button will let you know whenever I post a video. And then once I hit certain subscriber milestones, it'll really let this platform and this channel grow. So if you want to see more from me, let me know by doing those 3 things. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something new about me. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye!